So, hey guys, today I was wondering, what is the dumbest, like literally the dumbest Unchained build I could do? So, of course, we'll just, well, kind of awkward, but instead of using a Jank Unchained engine, we'll be using the actual Unchained engine, I suppose. So, that'll be 3 Sharbara, and then we'll probably want 3 Aruha, and then 1 Rakea, 1 Sarama, and then we'll go throw in 1 Abominable Unchained Soul, I suppose, for the time being. 3 Prison, and then 3 escape. Let's go with 2 chamber, I suppose. And then we'll go 1 unchained a bomb, 1 anguish, unchained soul of rage. I think you want to play that at 2. And then 3 copies of Yama, and then 1 copy of wailing is not too bad. And then we'll grab hand traps. So far, so standard, you know? Nothing exceptional, nothing out of the ordinary. Just seems like a regular unchained, I suppose. But you know, we can spice it up a little bit. So let's start with this. Do you guys know of Iron Dragon Tiamaton? Cannot be normal summon slash set, must be special summoned by the following effect. If 3 or more cards are in the same column. Quick effect. You can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Iron Dragon Tiamaton once per turn. If this card is special summoned, destroy all other cards in this card's column. Neither player can use the used zones in this card's column. Yeah, just, you know, this is kind of just peak. This somehow counters like the Mech Knight Scars combo, just for example, but not super important. Either way, now we have Tiamat on, so we're going to see if our opponents play around zones. If you don't play around zones, things can suck. So it requires 3 or more cards to be in the same column. So the kind of big brain play is that one of the habits a lot of players actually have picked up is if they know you're set, there's a good chance they'll just put their card into where you have that set if they know the card because they know it's not infinite impermanence or specifically like con spells or traps. So like for example, let's say wailing. If I have like wailing in one of my spell trap zones and it's face up, there's a good chance my opponent just puts it there. So if I put specifically wailing below, for example, let's say Unchained Soul of Rage, which would be, you know, like, um, well, how do I describe the position? So Unchained Soul of Rage will be in the EMZ, and then I'll have wailing here, and then my opponent activates a spell trap in the zone with wailing and my copy of Unchained Soul of Rage or whatever link monster I have. If they were to activate it, 3 cards. So if 3 or more cards are in the same column, you can special summon this card from your hand to anywhere. And then this will destroy all other cards in this card's column. And there's also the potential for me to just have 3 of my own cards. So let's say we have Carvara, uh, Rage, and then I guess Escape of the Unchained or something like that. Tiamaton is active. Oh, well, the only downside of this is I can't destroy anything in any of my main monster zones because, you know, but I can still destroy stuff in the spell and trap zones if that comes up, right? So I consider this a bit of peak comedy, you know? If we can resolve Tiamaton, and this is a quick effect. Who is going to expect Tiamaton from the hand as quick effect? Right? So, uh, it kind of is a little situational, but it's humorous, so it's totally worth it. I swear. Totally, definitely worth it. And then another card that we might want, Torrential Tribute. Because it's funny. That's about it. And because we're doing this, we actually might want like an additional copy of Surama. I think. 1, 2, 3. Just be safe, I'll put in 1 copy of Rikea. You can brick, and it is fine. So, okay, tour guide, and then we just throw in tour guide, fiendish rhino warrior, And actually, instead of just raw torrential, you know what would be even funnier? Well, let's actually do something else. So, if we're actually not going to worry about torrential, there's something funnier we can do. Let's get some of our guys back. So, wait, howling. Yep. This is just hilarious. Nothing else needs to be said, and extra deck, I won't really bother finishing that off, since we're focusing on mostly the main deck and just funny techs we can run. Oh, would you look at that? Who's the water monster? Shayama is, and we also have Rakea. Would sure be a shame if you couldn't activate any spells for the rest of this turn. Now that sure would be a shame. If only there were a way, though, to force our opponent to have a spell in the graveyard. If we had some way to do that, that would get us places. So, just to be, like, essentially an awful human being, roll back, 3, then filament. Let's grab 3 copies of Rhino, 1 copy of these, 1 copy of this. Do we need the second copy, necessarily? Nah. We're fine with just like this, I guess. Actually, I think Havness is worse than Sharon, so it's better to run like that. And then this. And this. And we're just going to mill. Yep. Seems good to me. And we can technically roll back for a Bommel Chamber of the Unchained if we actually need to, I guess. We can also randomly mill this, right? Yeah, we can randomly mill a Rhino Warrior. And this is also a water, and this never gets banished. Very epic. So, I don't know. Throw in, like, Kalos, Rukelos just in case you can actually make it. In case you can make Kaleido as well, I suppose, and then you fill out the rest of the extra deck with, like, generics and stuff that makes sense in general. Other option, of course, I guess, is to just grab Soliac, which isn't too bad. We could grab one of Soliac, so we can just search that instead of, like, Tier Cash. If we actually care about milling 10, I guess, or not. Kinda iffy. Just like this is good enough, probably. And do we care about this? I guess we can run this. It wouldn't really matter. So basic idea here is we just have a back row, and that is enough. So Shayama, back row, Rhino, Deer Cash. It's everything we need. So let's see if we were to do this: normal summon Rhino, sending Havness, and then we fuse into Kick Kalos, and then Kick Kalos effect to add Soliac. So the only thing we can't really send is Soliac technically, and then we can, yeah, we can Tier Cash effect to summon it, or we can Kick Kalos effect to summon Tier Cash. Tier Cash would be better in the graveyard, but it is what it is. I guess we could technically shuffle this back if we really wanted the 2 mills, but whatever. So we'll get 8 mills, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8. Except I don't think we can we mill Havness here? I mean technically yeah, kinda, right? One more. Roll back. Not bad. Primary idea here is just to get White Howling and Transaction rollback. If we like mill these, it'll work. We're mostly looking to mill rollbacks, so if that happens, it happens. But now that I think about it, hold up. Wait a second. Why bother with this at all? There's something that's way more logical to do. Okay, so we'll just remove all of this tier stuff. And then we'll go... Okay. And we removed everything, right? Then we take rollback. I don't think we actually need rollback unless we're going for that jank kind of play. So instead of rollback, we grab Trap Tracks. So Trap Track has the effect to target a monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, set one normal trap directly from your deck, except for Trap Tracks. It can be activated this turn. This looks just really good with Unchained, honestly, because we can just pop one of our Unchains, and then it'll go into something else, so we can use this to go into Abominable Unchained Soul, for example. And that just seems to work pretty great, right? So we could just do that. And we already have White Howling, so we don't really have to worry about that. And this can special summon itself from hand as well, so works okay. Could use some more hand advantage if we're playing like Abominable Unchained Soul though, I suppose. That's the main thing. But let's see, if this card is special summon, you discard one card. The discard is cost, so that doesn't even work with tier. Okay. But primary idea here is just really annoying jank. We have Tiamaton and we have White Howling. White Howling is pretty accessible, but if we already have White Howling, Trap Tracks can just go into Imperm or Escape of the Unchained. So you always have Imperm as like a follow-up option, which I think is just peak comedy. So yeah, like just with this hand, we have Normal Summon Tour Guide, which is combo already, and then we have Trap Tracks and Tiamaton. So we can Trap Tracks for White Howling. That's essentially like IO, you know? And then Tiamaton, which is quick effect, Ghetto Rosin, which is just funny. Not necessarily useful, but funny. So yeah, here's some just tech options that were living in my head rent-free for Unchained. So that's all I got for you guys today. And if you have any funny techs you'd like to share in the comments below, feel free to do so. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.